Hello, NYIT students. This is Dr. Daniel Stein. We're in 840. We're doing data collection and analysis. So let's, maybe this video will help some of you. I realize a lot are techies. So oftentimes in internships, participants are asked to conduct professional developments. If that's the case, consider that you should have a report when you're finished to give to people, your supervisors and others, as to what was accomplished. So later in the term, we may work on groups to do that. How do you know what topics to choose or skills to cover? What demographics are you dealing with? How do you report to supervisors on your results so as to improve? Yes, we too can improve. Here's a single method. I realize some of you use free word processing online. You can adapt it if you choose. So I'm using a Google form. And as I use the Google form, I will collect information. It has a nice quick analysis for the average person. And so we are going to then produce a professional document, and it's going to have a cover with interactive table of contents, etc. Always remember to ask permission of your supervisor. They don't like being surprised. Earlier in the course, we learned the IAUP, Internet Acceptable Use Policy. Make sure that you don't ask questions that are not allowed. Okay, so let me go back to that a second. Okay, we have already completed a Google online form, NYIT student tech data, and you made predictions. So let's see, this video will show you one method, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. Okay, so the method is to create a Google form. I already did that. It says down at the bottom, NYIT Student Tech Survey 1. I collected responses. You filled out the responses for me. But those responses come in a spreadsheet. You may not know that your responses were collected. We'll show you that in a second. Then we're going to view the response in a second in spreadsheet and summary form. Then you're going to create a professional document, and the professional document should include certain things. Remember, if somebody's giving you a PD to do, they're paying for your time. They should have some kind of knowledge of what you accomplished. And if you review your results, you may find that next time you want to do it in a different way. Okay, so let's see. So the tech survey, I'll show you that live in a second. We're going to look at the survey form. They're going to look at the spreadsheet results, and then we're going to look at the responses in summary form. So let's take a look. Here we go. This is the NYIT form. This is the one that we all did together. This is a text response. I don't know what people write. They can write whatever they want. This is the course. I want to be able to choose the courses. Why? Because I can then select everybody that chooses this particular course, if I so choose. Okay? Or I can look at them together. Notice there's a tilde in the first response. And the reason for that is if nothing is chosen, what's going to come up? Would it be the first line, in which case it would say 682, which is incorrect. So if nothing is chosen, this tilde could come up, which tells people there are no choices being made. This is called select from a list. Okay? Let's go down a little bit further. Gender, again, select from a list. Notice the tilde. Age in years, I'm expecting a number. I can always change that if I choose. Own a desktop computer, etc. I want to find out what kinds of technology people have and how they use it and how they spend their time. This way I know how to communicate with them. So I'm using this information. I want to show your answer. This is how old it is, so that's a free response, a text response. This is yes or no. Over here, when it comes down to the kinds of applications and knowledge that you have, you'll see this is a checklist. Okay? And this way and this is a good rating form if you want to do it as a summary. All right, let's leave this. Let's go back to the beginning. You're going to notice there's an edit button. I created this form. Therefore, I can edit this form. But when I edit it in Google, let's see if that will take me there. Leave this page, and you'll see that this is colors, okay? This is the responses, I can see here the questions that we have, and here are my responses. I have 16 responses. Let's look at the responses. I can look at responses in summary or individually. This is the spreadsheet form. Let's look at the spreadsheet form first. This is the responses, and I can move over to see all the rest of the terms by going, you can't see it, but I'm a slide bar, and I can look at data. And this says whether people know the programs or not, etc. These are choices. So therefore I can sort on them because all the responses are exact. Okay, I have given everybody access to this so that you can edit the form, so therefore you can sort the form, and you can choose other means of the summary to view things. So you don't change the data, okay? So here we go. These are your responses, okay? I'm going to go, this is my form. Let me go back to the tech survey. There's my tech survey. These are the responses. Notice, the first one I gave you was in spreadsheet form. I could download that and do all kinds of things in Excel. Maybe I don't have to. I'm going to look at things in summary. So as I look at summary, very cool, okay? I can see that most people are in 840. If I go over, it tells me one person responded and 6.3% of all my responses. Okay, nobody responded, not in college. All right, let's go gender. I go over, female, male. Okay, I don't know if that's important or not. Age, that could be interesting. Maybe you're learning about your demographics. So the youngest person is 27. The range goes up to 47. You can find out averages if you choose. Do you own a desktop computer? Interesting. 56%, more than half don't. Now, if I want to put this into a document, I could snip this, remember? I could take snip. Snip comes up. I could do you own a desktop computer? And if I think that that's an interesting result, I can copy this, edit copy, and put it into a Word document. We'll do something in a second. All right, let me just close this one. All right, I don't want to save the snip. Okay, so you're looking at data. Interesting. Let's see. Desktop. Oh, let's see. Most people are 0 hours on a desktop. So if I'm going to send out any kind of a form, I want to make sure that it's not on regular desktop format, meaning wide and landscape. Maybe it should go out by phone. If you want people to respond and you want them to read information, maybe it should be done in a particular format. So these are the kinds of information. The first ones are demographics, and the next one may be helpful to me to see what kind of technology they're using and the hours spent. Okay, this is interesting. Some people have seen programs but don't know, haven't really used them. So some people have used this item. A lot of people have not. So web conference. Based on this, with my class, I could ask people to conduct a web conference. Okay? A lot of people have used QR codes. Some people haven't. So let's see what they haven't done. URL shortening. Maybe I should include that. I am making data-based decisions. Okay? All right. So I'm done with the reviewing as responses as both a spreadsheet, individual, and as individual, and as summary. All free, by the way. So let's take a look at Word, how we're going to respond to Word. Okay. So I want to, if I'm getting paid to do a PD, I just conducted a professional development recently at a school district. They paid about $1,000 in order to do that. Okay? I want to give a report. I want to show the results. I want to see if people respond at the end as to what they would like to see in the future staff development. All that can be done with forms. All right, so let's see. We already, we need to have a nice cover, and many of you have created your own, and that's fine. Let's try this. File, new, blank document, okay? And over here it says search. So I can search for templates. Here are all folders of things that may be helpful to me. Invitations or flyers. If you're going to do something at an event in the school, why create everything all over again? So I have copied a search that I want. I'm going to come here into search. Education cover report. Those are words. Let's see what it shows me. Ladies and gentlemen, that happens to be a real nice one. Maybe I should download and use that one. So I'm going to double click it. How easy is that? Here it is. Here's my report. I can put in the information. Notice this has binders and stuff. I don't know that I want a binder. I could take all this information, okay, and delete it or do the page. And then I could use whatever I choose and delete what I don't choose. Here are my headings. Remember, this one is the table of contents. So if I go to table of contents, I would write survey, introduction. Okay, I think if I go back to the top, I should be able to update this. Let's see how to do it now. Okay. All right. If you replace this with a table of contents, it will work. So, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Now I can show. Okay. Okay. Let's go on to the last and say, okay, I want to put some snips in. I can go back and I can choose any snip and place it in each one of the pieces, locations that I would want. Okay, so now I'm going to close Microsoft Word. I'm back to my summaries over here. Let me zoom out of here and let's go back. There's my tech survey. You already saw how to download a report. Okay, and minimally, I would want an introduction, the purpose of what you're doing, the demographics, your findings, implications. Okay, I think that will help. Oh, let me just say that in Blackboard, I would ask that, it's not required, that you go to BBFAQ and discuss what you did in this, from this video. Did you learn anything? How might you use the features that we discussed in your real world? And the rationale for my asking you to respond is continuous improvement in my course. And by doing this, I will be able to see what works for you, and I can improve the course. Hope it works.